Man, I wasn't planning on making this video at all tonight, but it's really late. It's about 2 a.m. where I am right now as I record this, and I'm finally winding down for the day um, from the things I've been working on. And I finally decided just to take a minute and take a look at my feed on things like YouTube and Twitter and stuff like that. Wow, what despair. What despair. It's all I see. Just complete and utter despair. I can't even look at my phone. I mean, I barely do anymore, but I just tried now. And I guess this is why I don't. Is all I see is despair from headlines and from people's tweets and from the YouTube videos that just don't seem to exist anymore from anybody, and the ones that do are just, again, despair. There's nothing out there to look at. Nothing but despair. And it makes me realize how much of a bubble I've really been living in. If you watched or listened to my video earlier tonight, I hope you hear the hope in my voice. I hope you hear the hope in my voice. And I'm not coming back on here to take that back by any means. Like my hope roars. I'm coming back on tonight or this morning because I didn't. I'm an eternal optimist about everything at all times. And you could show me the worst possible scenario, the worst possible thing that could ever happen, right? And my first reaction every single time will be, yeah, but what about this? Yeah, but there's this option. Yeah, but this might work. Yeah, but we could do this, right? That's how my brain operates, and I think that's a tool that my creator gave me. Like we all have tools, right? I think that's one of mine that he gave me to use, right? That I do see that no matter how horrible a situation looks, there's always hope. And in fact, the hope far outweighs the despair, even if it might not look that way. And if we go back, obviously, in the scripture, we see that happening over and over and over and over again. It's the way God has chosen to work with his people. We're huge underdogs. We're huge underdogs. It's like the old movie Hoosiers. I remember a couple of years ago, I was going through a hard time or something, and I always look for in times when you're really down and out and just kind of looking for something to hold on to or something to bring you some comfort. There's certain things you look for, and for me, it's always things that kind of bring me back to childhood and sports. I was always huge into sports when I was younger, and so I remember I was a couple of years ago. I was really down and out, and the movie Hoosiers came on. And if you've never seen it, it's just about a little basketball town called Hickory, and they end up having a really good basketball team with a bunch of underdogs that goes all the way to the state championship, and then plays South Bend, the biggest high school in the state, and beats them. But it's based on a true story. I mean, it really happened, and it's just this huge underdog story. And scripture is filled with underdog stories. And for whatever reason, in his much higher way of thinking than we have, he chose the people that that will serve him to be the ultimate underdogs, right? But to win every single time, the undefeated underdog. Never lost. Rocky Balboa. I don't think he ever lost, did he? In that saga? Rocky against the big Mr. T. So much symbolism. All that stuff meant a lot. The symbolism of movies, we all know that, hopefully. If not, look into it. It's really interesting. There's still a lot you can find online. But again, I just wanted to come on a little bit humbly tonight and recognize the fact that it does look desperate. The term I used in my video earlier was dire straits, and yeah, I recognize that we're in dire straits, and I know that, but I might be looking at it from a 2 month ago perspective because I have not been paying attention to the media. I don't pay attention to the media. I never turn on the news. I really don't know what they're spewing out there. And then on that rare occasion when I look, it's like jaw-droppingly terrifying. And that's kind of what I just saw. Jaw-droppingly terrifying that this is what people are consuming, thinking is real. And then I wonder why they look at me a little weird when I'm walking around without a mask. And I'm just over here like, whatever, I'm cool. And they're watching that garbage that my eyes just took in. And I used to watch it real close too. I mean, when the whole agenda started last March, and I just watched every minute, I wanted to figure out what was going on with this and what lie was this and what lie was that. And I could tolerate it for a while. And then when I got into the summer last year, with the G. Floyd stuff and all that, I couldn't do it anymore. And I kept trying. I haven't allowed personally myself to be consumed with the news cycle probably since about July. I'd say late July. And then, of course, during the election, when that all happened, for a little bit there, I was in the news cycle again. But then I cashed out, and now I see variants and this and that, and just death, despair, terrified. The whole country is 25 degrees below zero, and all this other bullshit. I'm like, I understand why people are walking around so depressed, but it's all a lie. Hear me. If their mouths are moving and they're on a media screen, they are lying. And that's where we're at in our society today. Unfortunately, but it is. We didn't ask for it. We've tried to do things all the right way as much as we could our whole lives. But we've landed here anyway, against our will. We've landed here anyway. So we have to spot the lies, recognize them for what they are, adjust our lives to them, and take back our control and our power of our own lives. That's the situation we're in. That's the hope we have. That's what we can still do. We're not defeated. And we don't have to wait for quote unquote them to tell us when we can do what we want to do. It's our God-given right. That's our power. That's our strength. There's one person that has never heard my voice tonight that's hearing me talk right now. Understand that one thing. Your power and your strength isn't to live your own life the way you choose. It always has been, and it always will be. And the people that have perpetrated this current agenda on the world for the last year. Their goal is to take away your power and strength to make your own decisions for your own life. And you have to reject it on every level, on every level. We're past the point of making concessions and saying, I'll just wear a mask to go in the grocery store. We're past that. We have to reject it on every single level. Get on board, okay? If you're just hearing me for the first time, I know this might come like, what is he talking about? There's a lot you can research on my channel. Start from the beginning, and from Tyler Joseph in the very beginning, and work your way forward. And I think you'll understand what I'm saying. I really feel like I'm talking to one person right now. And this is really important. Go to avoidthemark.com. Click on Mark the Beast. Read those articles. Listen to my videos on this channel. BitChute as well. Just consume what you can. You're going to get what you need. I'm talking to one person right now. You're going to get what you need to connect the dots to go to that next level. Okay? Know it. Anyway, we're going to be fine. I know we are. I wanted to address the fact that I understand things look dire, but things are going to turn. And I can't wait to see us all on the other side. God bless.